Alright, hi everybody, She Detector here. So today I am metal detecting again at a beach that I like to call Coin Beach. This is the beach that I came out with the MX Sport several times, and I found pretty much coin after coin after coin after coin. So I'm back out here again, and I'm out here with the Garrett AT Pro. So I'm going to be hunting here, and I'm going to see, how the AT Pro does on this beach in comparison to the MX Sport, the White's MX Sport. So I'm looking out, and it looks like the beach is very sanded in. There used to be, pretty much right where this little ledge is, where the water just spilled over, it used to be an actual drop-off. It was probably about a foot difference between the sand down there and the sand up here where I'm standing, and it I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but you can see there isn't that drop off anymore. So I'm thinking it's very sanded in, and walking right here, my foot is like sinking into the sand, which means it's really soft, which isn't good for targets because they're gonna just sink down as soon as they hit the ground. So I don't know how good my detecting is going to be today. Not that it's, fantastic all the time. It's actually not fantastic hardly ever. So, but we'll give it a try and we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll get lucky and find some stuff. You never know. So, yeah, let's see what else. I'm also out here with Rex, my scoop. Rex is the 8-inch T-Rex scoop, and I brought out a hand shovel. Now I've used this a couple of times, so it's really scratched up already, but I brought it out in case I hunt up here because there's a lot of dry sand, and depending on how deep the signal is, if it's only like 2 or 4 inches deep, I might use this, and I'm using this because it's a good alternative if you can't afford a big scoop like that, because my T-Rex scoop, when I bought it, it was about $170, and that was just for this. That's not including the handle or this Raptor handle that I have on there. Whereas this scoop here, this is the 5-inch Kellyco arched hand scoop. This I think is only about 30 bucks. So yeah, so that's why I'm using it, to show, an alternative if you can't afford a big scoop like that one. So yeah, all right, so I'm gonna get set up, and then well actually, let me show you guys the settings I'm gonna be running on the AT Pro first. So I'm gonna turn this way because the last time I did this, the sun was hitting the screen and nobody could see what I was doing. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. There we go. All right, so I think I'm gonna start off in Pro coins, and you can see right now my discrimination is currently set at 35, but then I'm also missing some little blocks here, which means anything in that area is not gonna be picked up, which, if you can see, I'm missing 2 blocks here, and it's right in my gold rings area. So I need to put that back on. So you hit the notch discrimination, and you can move it around to where you want it. And then you hit the elimination button, although it says elim, and then it'll put that block back in. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna crank my sensitivity up to 6. And I still need to do a ground balance. There, all right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do my ground balance. And to do that, you hold down the ground balance and then pump your coil. So because I'm gonna be in the water, I'm gonna go ahead and go in the water and do my ground balance. So I'm just gonna come out a little bit, try and get past some of these breaking waves. There we go. All right, so I'll turn this way so you guys can see the screen, hopefully. Okay, so here we go. Woo! You can see my coil's moving all around. All right, there, so now I'm gonna head back up. Okay, so now I didn't get to see what my ground balance was set at, so let me go ahead and check. So it's set at 5, which is actually the lowest that I've had it before. Usually the ground balance on this sets at around 10 or 12. And then what I've been doing is I've been manually dropping it myself. But since it's at 5, I think I'm just gonna leave it alone. Alright guys, so I'm on top of the little ridge here. And I'm getting a whole bunch of beeps right here. I don't know what it is. It seems kind of large, actually. Well, maybe not. It's not very deep. It's only about, well, that's jumping around. The number is jumping all around. If you turn iron audio on, there's an occasional grunt. Yeah, it's not a continuous grunt, but occasional. Let's see what it is. I got it. Of noise for a coin. Yeah, that was a whole lot of noise for a dime. If I can grab it. Penny. It's a penny, and it was blowing up the AT Pro. Yeah. Can't see a date. It's got that green gunk on it. Alright, but look at how much the coil has been covered up already. I just sat it in the hole, and just with how soft the sand is, it's it just got covered up. Which is what my targets are doing. Because it's so sanded in, the hole is filling in. See, look, I just dug a hole out of here and my foot's already, it'll sink if I leave it there. It'll start sinking in, but yeah. Alright guys. So this is another pretty solid target sitting right on top. I'm thinking it's going to be another dime based off of how the sound is behaving. Sounds exactly like it did on my last dime. There it is. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Come on. Alright. Oh, actually, you know what? It was a penny. It wasn't a dime, it was a penny. But this one is a dime. It's a eaten up dime. It's not a very pretty dime. And that hole is just filling right in. Oh. Thought I heard something. That was weird. So I'm not going to go too far up. I'm just kind of going up with the water here, the water line. and slow. And I switched my cable around. I know a bunch of y'all had told me that I'm not supposed to go under, over. Here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. When I first ran my cable, I went here and then I went this way. So I switched it, I went this way, and I added some zip ties there and there. So now it's nice and snug. There you go. Alright, and I'm working, what is this? Is this parallel to the water? No, this is even with the water. Alright, so we got another target. Alright, let's see if we can't get it up. I don't know if I got it. Yep, I got it. I think that's it. There we go. It's a quarter. And it's not a silver quarter, it's been eaten away. But it's a quarter. Target here. I took one scoop already, but I wasn't recording it because I thought it was garbage, but now it's kind of ringing up pretty good. So, we'll keep digging it. This is a couple of inches down. I think it's at about 8 inches down. Best dam. Whoops. So it's a bottle cap. Yep, it sounded good, but it did have that little grunt to it. And I should have known better. Alright guys, so this is a surface find. This is obviously not metal, but it is a very sharp, rather large piece of glass out here on a beach that there's always families at, and it's a good way for somebody to get hurt. I am gonna break it, this way I don't want that in my pack. I'd hate for it to poke through. There you go. So, I'd rather have a bunch of little pieces than one big piece that could stab through my pack. There. Alright. Yeah. And this is my digger pouch. This is a rather good pouch. It's got this like canvas material, so I'm not worried about the glass coming through that when it's little like that, but the big piece I'd be a little concerned about. So, alright, I'm gonna keep searching. I just saw that, and I mean, I know if you're watching my channel, you probably pick that stuff up as it is, but if you're new to the hobby, make sure you pick up everything that you find. One, it's good for the environment. Two, it'll give us all a good name and a good reputation, because people will see you hunting out there and they'll see you picking up the junk and taking it with you to throw away, and then they'll remember that. So next time they see a metal detectorist, they'll be like, oh yeah, they usually pick up all the junk and garbage that they find out on the beaches. Whew. Alright, so we got a good signal here, ringing up. It's ringing up in the high, it was jumping around a little bit between the 70s and the 90s. And it's only about 2 or 4 inches deep. Alright. Yep, there it is. what it is. Thinking penny. There you go. Alright. And then also always fill in your holes. Again, if you're watching my channel, you probably already do that, but if you're new to the hobby, make sure you do that. It's pretty much metal detecting 101. Always fill in your holes. Alright, so I'm working the dry-ish and wet-ish sand, and I know a bunch of y'all are probably yelling at me saying, ah, you're not doing it right, you're supposed to be even with the water. I know. Thought I heard something. And you guys see that can there? I'm gonna pick up that can. So we'll pick that up. Because again, it's garbage and it doesn't belong out here. There we go. Alright, but there's something right here. Thinking it's kind of big. Maybe not. Maybe it's not very big at all. So I got all these roots here. I'm getting through. I got it. Ugh. Is that a clam? Is that a whole one? Nope. Nope. I thought that was a whole clam. It's not. Let's see. I got it, so whatever it is in the scoop. See, it's just not good at getting rid of this wet stuff. There it is. I got it. It's probably a penny. It's all crusty though, can't tell. Alright, put that back in. Alright guys, so I got a signal here. Kinda. It's not giving me a VDI readout, it's not giving me a depth, and it's kind of jumping around between a very high pitched tone and like I guess a medium tone. Let's see. Oh, now we're getting a, well, no. Yeah, I don't know. It's not giving me anything but an occasional little blip. I'm gonna jack up my sensitivity. Alright, well. And there's no grunt with this. I'm digging it. It's supposed to be like more than 10 inches down, but there's no grunt, and it was being a pretty solid 53. Well, 53.60, which is like right in my gold range. So, yeah, I'm digging it. Maybe it'll be my ring that I've been waiting for. Take one more scoop, I think. Actually, might have gotten it. I don't know. Ugh. Ah! Ugh! Damn it. There was no grunt. Zero grunt. I feel like there's still something down there. No. There's just a hint of a beep, but Alright guys, so I got another target here. This is between 4 and 6 inches down. And I have taken off my shoes because my feet were getting hot now that I'm not in the water. And I'm getting a tan line. So, there. Yep. There it is. I got it. It's probably a penny. Penny. Here. See, so this little hand scoop is pretty nice. You know, I mean, you definitely don't want to get it if you have trouble bending down, though. For obvious reasons. Alright, guys, so I got a target right under this grass here. Ugh. Right next to, oh, is that it? Oh, nope. It's almost like it's a pretty big target. I don't know what it could be. Well, we'll try a couple of more scoops with the hand scoop, and if we can't get it up, we'll go get Rex. I don't know what could have been such a large target. So I'm close. time to go get Rex. Where'd he go? There he is. I do think I'm going to put my detector down though. Whew. Let's see. Does that look like a tire to anybody else? Huh. That is a tire. Well, so I was right. It was a big target. Oh man. Whew. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Whew. I need some water. Let me figure out what I'm gonna do with this tire. I don't know if I can get it back. Yeah. Alright guys, so here are my finds for today's hunt. I didn't really find a whole lot, but honestly I kind of went into it not expecting a whole lot of coins just because the beach was really sanded in. But I did find some stuff, so this was a surface find along with this glass. But everything else I did find using the metal detector. All of this came off of this. So all of this was caked up around that little piece of metal. No idea what it is, just random piece of metal. Same thing with this, although it does have a hole in it. I don't know what it might have been. 2 bottle caps, tent stake, that's pretty much it. I did find a few coins though. I found 99 cents in coins, so 2 quarters, 4 dimes. This looks like a dime, although actually it might be a penny, but so not 99 cents, now it's different. A nickel and 5 pennies, assuming all of these are pennies. Yeah, I'm not sure. They're just very crusty, so I can't really tell. But probably the most exciting thing or the interesting thing that I found was a tire, or a half a tire. When I was detecting it, it seemed like something big, but I couldn't really tell. And so I started digging it, and I found it, and I dug it up, and it was a tire. I pulled it all the way out, but I had no way of getting it back, really. I mean, I could have drug it back, but yeah, I wasn't going to do that. So unfortunately, I had to leave it there, but I did lean it up against some poles that were there, so hopefully it won't wash back out into the ocean. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. Like, what's a tire doing out there? I don't know. So yeah, I was hoping to find more stuff, but when I got out there and saw how sanded in it was, I was not expecting a whole lot. Maybe if I had had my Sea Hunter out there, I probably would have found more, just because it goes deeper than the AT Pro. But I did find a couple of coins, so that was good. That was nice. I think it was better than my last hunt where I didn't find anything. So yeah, it's definitely better. So for the AT Pro, if you're interested in the AT Pro, I got it from Kellyco, and I'm kind of doing reviews on it to kind of compare it to the White's MX Sport. So I don't own it, and I do have to give it back. But if you're interested in it, I included a link down below so you can go check it out on Kellyco's website. I also included a link to Kellyco's main page if you want to look at something else. And there's also a link for the hand scoop that I've been using, the 5-inch arched Kellyco hand scoop. So make sure you go over there and check that out. And if you're interested in my digger pouch or in the land or sea pinpointer, I got those two from the Gold Digger Metal Detectors, and they are actually located up in New Jersey. Yeah, I've got links to everything down below, so if you're interested in those, make sure you check that out in the description. And make sure to like me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And also like this video, and thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that too. And if you have any questions or comments, you can either leave them down below in the comment section or hit me up on some of the other social media sites that I have. And other than that, I guess I will see you guys later.